Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I finally received my copy of Animal Stencils Color by Number, which I received so kindly from Sunlife Drawing. I know a number of others have done flip-throughs of this book, but I guess I will too, just in case you have not seen it yet. Okay, now we have one white copy and then we will have one black background. That was just, you know, the front. Then it gets into here and it just says if you do not want to think about which color to use for creating colorful artworks, this book is perfect for you. Follow the 22 color palette on the back cover and get 30 beautiful animal stencils on black and white background. Here is a list of all the animals that are in the book. Here is the color palette, and again, it's the same color palette as all of their Color by Number books. So I will be using my Copic markers again because I have all of the Copics figured out for their Color by Number books. So let's take a look at them. Here we have a bunny and a wolf. I'm not sure. Ears don't look like a wolf. And then some of them are portrait. Rhino. Some of them are landscape, I mean. Boy, I'm doing good. Cute fox. Now again, these pictures are the same as in the one color animal stencil book, but now we get the Color by Number version, which I love. Isn't that pretty? Pretty swan. I love this snake too. I think Zoe is coloring that one. Whoop. Cute dog with the snail. I like this one too. Look at the octopus. There's a number of these that I did with the one color animal stencils. I love that book. So yeah, every other one is black. And then the other one is white. Look at the hedgehog, that's cute. And a Peggy. Here's the one from the cover. I was going to do this one tonight for a color and chat, but I thought, well, you kind of seen what it looks like. I do want to do this one though. I think that cover is so pretty. And then it just has a thank you in the back, and then all their social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And then that is the back. Here again is your color palette that they use throughout the book, throughout all of their Color by Number books. So I thought the one that I would do, I thought it was kind of cute. I would do the snail. Here. I thought he was just kind of cute. So I have my Copics already picked out. Let me get a sheet of cardstock behind here. Alrighty. Let's kind of get it flat here. Okay, so let's see. I am going to just start out with, you can see that it doesn't have all the colors listed. They only list the colors that are included in that picture, which I like. You don't have to pull out all 22 colors that way. So the first color is number 3, which is dark brown. So let's look for the number 3s, and I do see a few. And let me zoom you in a little. Okay. So I am going to try the brush tip on here. Now the thing that's nice about the black background versus the white background, you don't have to be quite so careful about going out of the lines because of, well, the black. So that's kind of nice. So I am going to start with the 3s. So how is everybody doing? It is the beginning of the week. Not real sure when I'll be putting this up, but I would say within a few days. So it might be hump day before you see this. See if there's any more. Oh yeah, up here. Everybody have a good weekend. Did you have anything special to do? It was a quiet weekend for me. I finally got some diamond painting done on Maddie's Minnie Mouse picture, but I am still waiting for my new supply of drills. That the ones that I received are just a tad too big. So I had a huge pop and drill problem. The first section that I did, I tried my darndest to work with them, and I rolled over it and over it and over it with the roller, and yeah, that did not help, did not work. So what I have to do now is take all those back off. Ugh. I am not looking forward to that. Now this is so dark, probably can't even hardly see it. It probably looks black on the screen. Let me see. Yeah, pretty hard to see. I can see it in person, but... So yeah, I gotta take all of them off. And naturally, this color is the entire background. So there is a ton of the color to take off. And I've just been, as I've been working on it, I've just been skipping that color. So even though I am on the, I'm going to be going onto the 4th section, and I do pretty big sections at a time, but I'm only doing like probably not even half a section because the entire background needs to be done yet. I guess the one caveat to that, the one nice thing, is that when I do the background after I receive the drills, I only have to worry about having one color out for a long time. No having to put away a color and get out another one. But that color may get real monotonous after a while. So maybe I'll do some of the background for a while and then go to something else for a while. Okay, I don't see any more 3s. But like diamond painting, I invariably will miss something. Just about every single color I do, I miss a symbol here and there. Don't know what it is. Okay, let's go on to number 4. And maybe you can actually start to see the colors. Something tells me this is going to be a colorful snail. No 4s over there. Here we go. Who all does color by number? Or isn't that your thing? I know there are some people who said they would never do color by number. It just isn't their thing. And then they tried it and they found that they liked it. It is just very relaxing. You don't have to decide on colors. It's kind of all done for you. So I really like the color by numbers. And I have a lot of books, and a number of them I haven't worked in yet. So I do want to get out some of my books that I haven't colored in yet, the color by number books. And I definitely want to get out my set of books called Mystery Mosaics. I don't know if any of you have those books. I love those books. And it is just squares that you color in, and then it makes a mosaic picture. And I use my Crayola Super Tips in those books, and it works out really good. Any 4s? Okay. I think we are on to our next color, which is red, the number 7s. Oh, and I see quite a few number 7s. Finally, we get onto a brighter color. And with marker, as you can tell, these pictures, especially the black backgrounds, I imagine the white backgrounds, because they have to be a little more careful, quite a bit more careful. The black background ones go really fast, as you can see. And that's why I picked a black background for tonight's color in chat. It's getting a little late here. Maddie and Jaden were first picked up, so it's after 8 o'clock already. And I would like to get at diamond painting at least for a little while yet tonight. The weather here today was actually very nice. Sun was out, was in the 50s, so snow was melting. Yes. I feel so sorry for these birds. We have these super duper fat robins that are as wide as they are tall. I mean, they're just like a ball. They're so fat with eggs. And they're sitting there walking on top of the snow. There is nothing out that they can get to build their nest. It's like, where are they going to lay their eggs? I feel so bad. I wish I had some grasses or twigs or even straw or hay to put out for them so they could build some nests. We actually had some, I think it's the mourning doves that were doing this. Between the poured concrete of my garage floor and the concrete of the driveway, because I live on such a hill and my driveway is at such a slant, the driveway concrete is pulling away from the concrete in the garage. And so Bob, a few years ago, put some 2x4s in that crack so that anybody coming in wouldn't twist their ankle falling down into that big crack. And of course, that crack is getting bigger and bigger as the driveway concrete slides down further and further. And so in that crack of between the concrete slabs, there was a bunch of, you know, leaves and debris that accumulated there last fall. And you know, them birds, I went out there to take Bella potty once, and I noticed there was a whole bunch of that dirt and debris picked out of there. I mean, it was all over the place. And I'm like, Bob, you didn't, you know, pull any of that stuff out, did you? You know, try to start cleaning it out or whatever. And he says, no. I says, I think the birds are digging in there to try to get stuff for their nests. I mean, they're that desperate. And I do think, at first I thought it was the robins, but I think there's a pair of mourning doves that keep flying in the garage. Every time I go outside, they swoop back out of the garage and scare the living daylights out of me. So I'm thinking maybe it was them. They must be a nesting pair because they're always together. You don't see one without the other. And so I'm thinking it was them that were digging in there. But yeah, all these poor birdies. Just as I was sitting down here to record, seen another big robin walking on top of the snow out back, out the patio door here, because the top layer of that snow is ice. So there's a real hard coating on top of the snow, which is kind of funny when you watch Bella, because she insists, instead of going potty down where Bob shoveled, he always shovels her a little spot out so she has somewhere to go. But no, this dog has to climb up on the hill of snow. Well, with that ice on there, it's so slippery. She must think she's a mountain goat. And then she ends up going sliding down the other side. It's like, why do you go up there? It is so slippery. But I don't know. She's goofy that way. Oh, here's a couple sevens yet. She's always got to go potty where you don't want her to. But I guess as long as it's outside, that's okay, right? I guess I don't care if she goes up on the hill to go potty. As long as it's out there. Alright, I think that is all of the 7s. So then we go on to the yellow-orange, which is number 10. Where are our number 10s? Oh, there's some down here. Sorry if I'm bumping you. For some reason, I must have my camera lower tonight. My head's hitting it. You know, I get such a kick out of some of these commercials. I was watching some commercials today, and, well, you can't help but watch the commercials, right? You try to avoid them, but you end up having to watch them. And, you know, all these medication commercials, and they have to say all of the side effects. It's like, oh, holy moly. I think a lot of times it would be better off to put up with what you have than... I mean, I realize the vast majority of the time nobody gets those side effects, but I guess legally they must have to list them all during the commercial. I don't know. But it's like, geez. It's like most of those meds you could practically die from when they list all the side effects. And of course, they list all the side effects really fast. It's like blah, 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 blah. Just like car commercials when they don't want to list all the, you know, they don't want to talk about all the fine print stuff. It's just written super, super tiny down at the bottom of the screen. Oh, man. I thought of one today. I thought it was kind of ironic. It was about hearing aids. And it's like, you know, it'll help you hear so much better. And, you know, if you... Something to the effect of, if you feel, you know, you can benefit from this or whatever, give us a call. And I thought, well, they need hearing aids that bad. They're probably not hearing what you're saying in the first place. Although, I guess if their hearing is that bad, they probably have, what is it called? Oh my gosh. I am at a loss. You know, the words at the bottom of the screen. All I keep thinking of is translation, but it's not translation. No, it's not going to come to me. I know you guys are all screaming it at me. Excuse me. Yes, I am still battling this cold. It just doesn't want to go away. I don't know. It's become attached to me, I guess. Jeez. It can say goodbye. Adios. Sayonara. See you later. Hopefully not in the near future. Oh, I dropped my cover. Ugh. All right. Klutzy tonight. All right. Moving right along. We are on number 11. And he is getting colorful now, isn't he? Yeah, these black backgrounds are extremely easy to do. I mean, it's just lickety split. I mean, we're almost halfway done with this already, and it's, I mean, I did the flip through and everything, so it's probably only been 15-20 minutes. So you can see how fast you can get through one of these, especially with alcohol markers. I still have to get a new mic that works with this app that I use now to see what I'm recording on my iPad, because yeah, the mic that I had, it's just a lapel mic that, you know, you would attach to your shirt up by your mouth. And yeah, that one does not work with this software. And so I have just been using the mic on my phone. So I hope the audio is okay and you can hear me okay. Told you I always miss something. How did I miss that? It was right next to that one. Jeez, Lisa. I need new glasses. Which, yes, I do. These glasses are so scratched up. Plus, I don't even know if, I imagine my prescription has changed. I haven't had an eye exam in a couple years. Oops. That's just kind of one of the appointments you kind of just put off. Just like a few other appointments that you don't want to do, even if it's time for it. Like, oh, I don't know, colonoscopies, mammograms, all that good stuff. I'm way overdue for a mammogram too. And I know. Don't comment below. It's important to have those done. Yes, I know. Okay, and Misty's up here visiting again. Okay, let's go on to number 13, which is green. So yes, he is getting brighter and brighter. I hear American Idol on. Does anybody watch that? I do, so I'll probably just play it back. I seen the first half of it, but the second half is on while I'm recording this, so. I kind of picked who was going to be in the top 10. I kind of figured the ones that were going to get out. But I don't know which one the judges are going to give a second chance to. Because there's a couple of them that I thought just kind of picked the wrong song last night for their song. It didn't showcase their voices very well. I've always been into music, both singing and instrumental. Loved band in high school, loved chorus. That's kind of what got me through high school. I didn't really have a good experience in high school. Didn't like it much. Got picked on a lot. It's probably why I always had a self-esteem problem. It's amazing how mean kids can be, right? So yeah, I still like music to this day. So I really enjoy American Idol. Okay, a few more 13s. Sorry, I'm kind of quiet tonight. I guess I don't have a lot to talk about. What's everybody watching on TV lately? Or do you know of any good movies out in the theaters? Any good spooky movies out lately? I know there was one that came out, oh gosh, I think it was a couple months ago, and now I can't remember the name of it. It had a one-word title. And my youngest daughter, Mallory, and I are both horror movie lovers. That is my favorite genre. And we both said, oh my gosh, we gotta go see that movie. And then we never did. I doubt very much whether it's playing anymore, because like I said, that was a while ago. Okay, I think we got all the 13s. Yep. Unless I missed one again, which is possible. Okay, let's go into the blues. Number 17, here comes Misty. When I watched back little bits and pieces of my last video, because I kind of like to just check, just spot check it before I save it in my editor. In the one place I was spot checking, I noticed her tail was right in the picture, and it was just going back and forth over my picture, and I never even noticed that as I was recording. I'm like, oh, okay. She had to get in the picture too. Right, Misty? You're just sitting up there staring. She is the only cat that jumps up here. The other ones don't come up on my desk at all. But she has to, especially when I'm recording. If she hops up here before I record, I kind of put her back. I'll pick her up and cuddle her for a while and put her, I have a cat tree back behind me. So then I'll put her on that. And she's just purring away. She is such a big baby. As soon as Jaden gets here, she has to, and he'll sit on the couch or whatever, and immediately she is up in his lap, all curled up on his legs. It's so cute. And he loves it too. And it's good for him. He loves Misty to pieces. Okay, I think that's all the 17s too. Moving right along to 18, which is a darker blue. So yeah, Misty and Jaden are big buds. And so Misty. She is just the biggest cuddler. Oh my gosh. Even when Maddie's in my lap, because she's up in my lap a lot throughout the day. Misty's like, I don't care. I'm coming up too. And when I'm trying to get Maddie to sleep and stuff, and she's laying in my lap, Misty will come right up in my lap too, and she'll lay half on top of Maddie. She don't care. She goes, hey, this is my mom's lap too. And Maddie thinks it's hilarious. She likes it when Misty comes and snuggles up by her. So, Misty, you are a cuddler. Oh, she's staring at the clock that's on the wall. She's watching the second hand move around. I was wondering what she was staring at the wall for. She thought she was on a timeout or what. But now I see she's staring at the clock. Oh, you goofy cat, you. And Bella is all better. No more doggy flu. I think that is the first pet that I have had, and I have had many over the years, that actually got the flu. I don't know if that is uncommon for, you know, the doggy flu, or I don't know, do cats get the flu too? You'd almost think so. And I guess if I would have just waited another day, she would have gotten over it, and we could have saved, you know, $450. But I just didn't know. And with her throwing up so much, it just scared me. And I didn't want her to get dehydrated, and because she would drink water, but every time she drank water, she threw it up. So it's like she wasn't getting any fluids down. All right, let's go on to 19. Now we're getting into the pretty colors. Okay, this is all pink down here. Oh, now that cat is sitting on my printer. Don't like it when she does that because she has semi-long fur. Not real long, but... And I don't want that cat hair in the printer. Not good for it. Can imagine if I would ever have to take one of these printers in for service. What would all be inside of it? It's like, holy Hannah. She's not on it all the time. Whoa. Told you I am just klutzy tonight. Maybe I would have a heck of a time doing diamond painting tonight. And I may not do it anymore anyhow because, yeah, it's going on 9 o'clock already. But I was able to dedicate quite a bit of time on Sunday to diamond painting. I spent a lot of time all day Saturday recording so that I had a few videos that I could put up this week. A couple of them were longer though, and that's why it took so long because, yeah, I mean, as you've heard, all of us with YouTube channels, I'm sure, talk about how long it takes to save the video, you know, render it in your editor and upload to YouTube when they're long videos. I didn't have one super long, but number 20. But I think one was like, what, hour and a half maybe? I think I put both of them up now, because one was, oh yeah, the background, the pastel background with the sunbeams in by using an eraser. I like how that turned out. I am hoping next time that I do it though that it turns out a little bit better. You couldn't see when I erased, you couldn't see the white as well as what I was hoping for. And I think it's because I pushed the pan pastels too much into the paper. Because I did take the time after making that video, I went around the entire picture and I erased everything where I'm going to be coloring with colored pencil. Matter of fact, I went over everything twice. So yeah, that took me a while. But, and even erasing, the purples and stuff erased fine. But it's the yellows and oranges didn't want to erase too well. So I think when I attempt that another time, won't be any time in the near future, but that when I blend, I'm going to blend lightly and not push it into the paper as hard. Maybe use the colorless blender a little bit more, and maybe that would make it a little bit easier to erase lines in it then. But overall, I like how it turned out. I'm always looking for, and I think a lot of you too, always looking for new ways to do backgrounds. And so, you know, even if it's a mandala or something that has a background that you could do a partial, that's in a circular format, that you could do some background to it, that would work. We're on the last color already, guys. Wowie wowie. And it hasn't even been 45 minutes. This is magenta. I hope everybody enjoyed the Battle of the Pens video, where I compared the 7 watercolor brush pens on all those different watercolor papers. That test really surprised me as far as what worked with watercolor brush pens the best. I mean, the 2 student quality, and the one is even geared, the Strathmore is even geared at kids. And it worked really well, whereas some of the others didn't. The Strathmore watercolor paper did not work good at all with the watercolor brush pens. And like I said in the video, it could very well be that those papers, the ones that didn't work at all with the brush pens, are more geared towards the watercolor palettes that, you know, you get in the pans. I don't know, because I don't use those at all. Oh, I did test, you know, if you did see that video, the one that worked really well is called Appropriately Paint, and it is by, what is it, Ideology Creations or something like that. I linked the paper in the description of that video, but it is a lighter weight paper, so I really didn't hold out too much hope for it. I think it was 67-pound paper, so that's pretty light for watercolor paper especially. You typically don't find that light a weight of watercolor paper, and that's why it's really hard to find watercolor paper that will go through your printer. But after I had done that experiment and I seen how well that paper worked, I thought, oh, this might work. This might go through the printer. And I tested it out after that video, and it does. It prints on that paper just fine. I don't know if every printer will be able to handle it, but it is pretty, you know, lightweight. 67-pound paper is not that heavy. And as it showed in that video, the watercolor brush pens worked really well on that paper. So I found a new favorite paper for doing watercoloring on. So I printed out a mandala. I think I have it over here. Yeah. This is the paint paper, and as you can see, it's thin, but it works wonderfully for watercolor. So I printed this out, and I want to play around with different brands of those markers that I was testing and just play around with them on that paper, because it's one thing to do, you know, just swatches and swatch it out with, you know, bring it out with a water brush on the different papers. But as we all know, swatching is one thing and actually coloring is another thing. You may find you really like a marker or a colored pencil as you're doing the swatching, and you're thinking, oh, these are fantastic. And then for some reason, when you actually color with them, it's just not the same experience. Don't know what it is, but yeah, sometimes it's like, yeah, these aren't as great as what I thought. Or the opposite could be true. You really don't like how they swatched out, but then you try to color a picture with them anyhow, and you find you actually like them. So I thought we could color a picture and see how they work. Now, with being able to print on that paper, I am also going to get out my Spectrum Noir Aqua markers, and I want to color a picture with that. So I thought it'd be interesting to see how those work on there too. Let me zoom back out, and my zoom disappeared. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, where'd you go? There we go. Wow, ain't he colorful? Ooh, so pretty. I like it. I love this magenta and red together. I think that's awesome. What do you think, guys? That didn't take long at all, did it? With, like I said, with alcohol markers. Now, water-based markers, yeah, that it would take a little bit longer. But I will be using my Copics in here. Again, I have all my Copics figured out for the colors, so it works well for me. All right, I guess that is it for tonight. Again, this is the Color by Number Animal Stencils. I will link this book down below. It is a great book. Fun, fun, fun. I knew I was going to like this book because I loved the one color animal stencils, and I love their Color by Numbers. So you put those two books together and you come up with this. So the next picture I'm going to color is this turtle in the back of the book. So not sure if I'll do that on screen or on my own. I haven't decided yet. because I want to do a diamond painting in chat. Seeing as how I'm having a hard time getting to be able to work on the Minnie Mouse diamond painting, I thought rather than work on the round diamond painting that I've been working on with you guys, I would get out the square one, the Minnie Mouse, and maybe we can work on that together. So one of these mornings I may do a diamond painting and chat, and then I'll be able to have the evening to possibly do some diamond painting on it too, because I really got to get my butt in gear and really get working on that thing. I also have to measure it to see if I have stretcher bars for it to make the stretched canvas, which is how I frame mine. And one of these days, I had a number of requests now to see all of my completed diamond paintings. And so I am going to get those all together. Now, they're not all framed. I have a bunch that still need framing. And the ones that I do have framed are all up on my walls. So I will get those back off. And a number of them I'm not going to be able to show you because they were gifts to my kids and one to my sister, and you know, I've made a number of them that I don't have anymore. So maybe I'll just show you pictures that I took of the finished product. I don't know yet, but I'll decide and hopefully get that video up shortly too. So anyways, I hope you liked watching me color in this book. And if you did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you are new to my channel. I hope everybody is having a terrific week. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.